Hey, what's up, guys? Before talking about the Thursday night game, look at what I got in the mail today. This is probably one of my two cashier's check following my huge bet last year on the Buffalo Bills to win at least 6.5 games. Remember that they ended up winning 10 games, so this was an easy win. Now, for those of you who have been following me for a while, you know that I drove all the way from Quebec City to the state of New Jersey to place those two big bets. Now, because of COVID-19, I was not able to go there to cash my tickets. So I sent them in the mail. A few weeks ago, I received my check from FanDuel, and it's probably now payday from DraftKings. So let's see if that's what I'm thinking. Oh yes, more than $7,000 US. Alright, let's now talk about the Thursday night game. The Dolphins versus Jaguars matchup is not very exciting, so why not spice it up with a little bet? Prior to the start of the 2020 season, Jacksonville was projected to be the league's worst team. This week, they are established as 3-point favorites. So in other words, we have the opportunity to bet against them while also getting 3 points. Well, I'm taking that bet. So my pick goes to the Miami Dolphins plus 3 points against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have to admit the Jags have done surprisingly well thus far this year. First, they beat the Colts 27-20 before dropping a tight 33-30 game in Tennessee. Now, despite an 0-2 record, the Dolphins were competitive in both of their losses against tough opponents, the Patriots and the Bills. Okay, let's now discuss injuries on both sides. Jacksonville will be missing its starting free safety, Jarrod Wilson. He missed last week's game, and his backup, undrafted free agent Andrew Wingard, received a fairly poor 51.0 Pro Football Focus grade in week number 2. Center Brandon Linder left the game against the Titans, and is unlikely to suit up for a short turnaround on Thursday night. Tyler Shatley will start at the pivot. He entered the NFL as an undrafted free agent in 2014 and has been an average lineman at best throughout his career. Finally, the team's number 1 wide receiver, DJ Chark, is listed as questionable, but he appears good to go. The Dolphins have 3 notable guys who may miss the game. First, linebacker Shaq Lawson has a 50-50 chance of playing the Thursday nighter. But my main concern about this game revolves around the status of the team's top 2 cornerbacks, both of which have pocketed huge contracts, Byron Jones and Xavier Howard. Jones left last week's game with a groin injury, and I don't believe he will be in the lineup. Howard is more likely to play. Now, if both corners cannot go, the team could be in trouble, even though Gardner Minshew won't get confused with Aaron Rodgers as a passer. The backups are Nick Needham and rookie Noah Igbinoghene. Needham came into the league last year as an undrafted guy, and he received below average marks, according to PFF. And in week number 2 against the Bills, he was abysmal. As for Igbinoghene, he was picked as the number 30 overall selection in this year's draft. He needs more time to develop. PFF tagged him with a fairly poor 54.8 grade in week number 1 before getting an awful 29.3 mark last week. Ouch! In summary, the injuries at the cornerback position worry me, but I'm betting Miami. purely based on the team's relative strength. I think the two teams are of equal strength, with the Dolphins perhaps being slightly better. I simply trust Ryan Fitzpatrick, Devante Parker, Preston Williams, Mike Gesicki, and their adequate trio of running backs more than Minshew, Chark, Connolly, and running back James Robinson. Therefore, since I believe home field advantage is worth about 2 points in this special 2020 season, I'm taking the Dolphins plus 3 points in Jacksonville. Before wrapping this up, I also want to add that I trust Miami's coaching a lot more than Jacksonville's. Brian Flores did a remarkable job in 2019 by leading the team to 5 wins despite the team's attempt to tank in order to land the number 1 draft pick. And meanwhile, Doug Marrone came very close from getting fired at the end of last year. Somehow, he retained his job, but I don't view him as a top coach in this league at all. Would you like to receive some free player proposition bits? Last week, I sent 6 free tips. Those plays went 4-2, with the 2 losses being very unfortunate ones. Tyler Higbee under 4.5 receptions, who caught 5 balls, and Christian McCaffrey over 60.5 rushing yards, who picked up just 59. That was close. Now simply follow the link below this video to receive those plays directly in your mailbox. So enjoy the game. I'll be back very soon for my full week number 3 picks. This is Professor MJ, a university statistics professor. Don't forget to subscribe to my special mailing list, and I'll see you soon.